Hey, Gox here. So, I want to talk about Endgame Madden today, and buckle up. This is going to be one of those Fox Analyzes the Game videos. So, get out your pen and pad or just vibe out and do whatever you want. I got a lot of things to talk about, and, I don't upload much, so there's, a lot's behind the dam about the burst of my thoughts on the game. But ever since, Swift posted this, MMG retweeted it and stuff about abilities, I've had some things to think about, and I wrote a list here, and I'll show the list here in a second as we talk about Endgame Madden and what's happening here in May, June. It's basically June, maybe while you're watching it, seeing as recording on the 31st. So, casuals, MMG. I'm not saying casual MMG. I'm saying casuals and MMG here says, number one reason I quit game is so dumb because of everybody's got this amount of abilities. And really, from that casual point of view, when I'm a casual in other EA Sports games like NHL, I don't know what any of the abilities do, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense which abilities work, which abilities don't work, which is why people come to channels like mine to break down what abilities are worth and what card, which is why I did that ability tier list. Obviously, some of them are more evident than others, like Bazooka, but how impactful is throwing the ball 15 extra yards if the pass rush is getting looped through to you in 2.5 seconds. There's a lot of things to think about and know, and some of these things just straight up don't work in the game. A lot of people wouldn't know that stuff. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Which one? I'm looking at the gutsy scram. Some of these things just don't even matter at times. Where'd it go, man? The ones where they break the pocket. Agile extender doesn't work. I keep hitting the wrong button. Gift wraps been nerfed. That used to be huge. That used to be S tier. Now it's terrible. So depending on when you got your information, these things change too. So overall, I can see why people have stopped playing Mud, especially late, because it is overly confusing, overly complicated, and not in a great way of depth. Great depth ways be adding chemistries to make your team more powerful, get your attributes over 100. We'll talk about a little bit going forward, previous Maddens and stuff, but overall, the ability spam is kind of crazy. It also shows us a few things. We'll switch over to my list right now as we're going to go through a whole bunch of it. It makes it hard to pick up and play, like I talked about. The good cards are way better than the bad cards, right? It's not something okay, I've got 2 more speed than you. My guy's 2% fast than you. It's my guy can knock every single pass that your guy has out. Your quarterback throwing the ball is going to get intercepted because you might not have Gunslinger. You don't know Gunslinger. The card differential between guys with Vanguard, my Trent Scott over there, and guys just running out normal DBs, I can just run all over you and there's nothing you can do to stop me because everybody's on the ground doing the dinosaur. It's a shame how big it is. You need to know to put on Out My Way or any of the other run-stopping abilities to stop Vanguard against you more effectively, but that's still not perfect. It's still up in the air. It just goes on and on with what it is. But it is kind of funny, though, right? That they kept releasing, they released, what was it, Revis today? They released a few cards. They're expensive, limiteds that we've had all year for some reason they haven't listened to us on. They double down on Film Study, one of the worst abilities in the game ever, not only because it's dumb. And I will say this right here. If you think Film Study is a good ability, taking out the desync aspect of it, that is just crashing games, if you think Film Study is a good ability, you're stupid. You are absolutely brainless. I've been around people that don't have brains. I've been to funerals, and the guy in the box has more neurons activated and going on right now at that time than you have at this moment, okay? You're dumb. Film Study's dumb. In concept, it's dumb. Omaha's dumb. Mind Reader's dumb. All these information abilities ruins the game flat out. No arguments will be heard because I've heard them all and they're all bad. And I like how EA, knowing not only that Film Study is a dumb ability, but also that it crashes the game, and they still give it out as a non-alphabetized list, so I have to kind of remember it, but it's different in the auction house and the set, whatever. They still give it out for free on a lot of these cards that they still release, right? Film Study, 0 AP. Oh, yeah, it's free. I might as well put it on there. Not knowing it's going to desync half their games if they're looking at the play art at all. it's kind of self-evident how a lot of these things late in the season, how bad EA is at listening to the community. I will say, though, I want to go positive, right? House rules, absolute W. These house rules, and we've talked about this for years, they make the games as long as, like, FIFA games. And that's the reason, like, the number one reason I think FIFA is popular. Their Ultimate Team game mode stinks. It's awful. They do have a couple good things, aka evolutions, but it's because in Madden, our head-to-head games, I've had head-to-head games in this game take over an hour when we went to overtime and the 5-minute quarter stuff. There has been absolutely long, drag-out things, and that is way too long for a video game, for one game, okay? Whereas the house rules, 10, 15 minutes, we're back out. We're playing again. So more of that and more of the house rules, because not only do house rules, are they quick, they're awesome, short, good rewards too, right? It's casual, but still a reason to win with no elo. It's such a good addition to the game. So late game Madden is not all bad, and I feel bad for the people that like aren't playing when the house rules are active, because it actually is the best time to play Madden without a doubt. Even though the gameplay suffers because of the meta, right? Everybody's just running its cover 4 loop every game, sadly. Offense a little bit more value, and then like Vanguards, at least that changed the meta, I guess, since people are able to like run the ball effectively. But it makes it like, it's kind of wild. And I will say that is kind of an upside to like the late game ability stuff, whereas like I could not run the 5-wide scheme I run with Drake May running straight into the line of scrimmage early season Madden, because I don't have Truz, right? Tank, Truz, that kind of stuff. I don't have the ability for a quarterback to not fumble every time. Now, you still can fumble with Truz, and I have. That's still, a possibility, but the odds are so much lower. It's closer to like a running back fumble a chance now, unless you take like avalanche hit sticks, and it's much higher, but that's for anybody. So while on one hand, the meta being set makes late game Madden boring, on the other hand, the abilities do have the positive of being able to change up the meta. So it's hard to like, I can see why people like it. I can see why people hate it. And that's the thing, the positives and negatives. And that's, with a lot of this stuff, I'm okay with some of it taking over late game. I'm okay with them going crazy if we're keeping abilities long term versus like the more intellectually honest attribute numbers. Right? Oh, my guy can now go over 100. Hey, look at that. My quarterback now doesn't fumble as much because he's got higher carrying. Okay? That conceptually makes sense to me, and that could easily get rid of Truz if they just have high carrying versus a superpower. Out of position, right? I want to talk about out of position a little bit here. It is a big lightning rod. Oh, let me go ahead and get rid of this. But like I said, with abilities and the changing the meta with the abilities, Vanguard, Truz, etc., I'm okay with out of position late. Like, I like out of position. I like some of the golden ticket stuff. My frustration, obviously, with golden tickets is that they're not, like, some of them are the most powerful positions, without a doubt. But then, like, EA releases promos, like, right after or during them where they give us cards that are as powerful as the golden tickets. Which, in my opinion, golden ticket should remain the premier promo of late season MUT. It should be like, how FIFA's got team of the year, and those cards are like great for like 3 months, best in the game, 4 months. That's how I feel like golden tickets should be treated. Now, you'd be like, well, how are they going to sell cards if golden tickets are better than them? I just look at history, right? Literally look at history. Because we had it, if you go back to like, say, Madden 16, and this is part of the out of position things, we were still pumped to get like 4th of July cards. When you look back at it, Mike Evans golden ticket was awesome. Des Bryant golden ticket. But then we got like also cards with the July 4th promo that we were going crazy for, like this Lawyer Malloy. And Lawyer Malloy is not 6'8", but the community is more jazzed about this than anything EA's released in the last 5 months. Okay, 5's a little hard. We had like Subo promo. Yeah, that's at the beginning of the year, but well, maybe. I don't know, man. With that said, like, you can do it, but you got to have over 100 attributes. In the end, like, once we get stuck at 99s, you do have to do the ability spam. EA kind of like dug their own hole with this, and I can see why they do. And then we have to get a way of, with these out of position cards, a way of being able to sell guys. You can't sell 5'7" players in July that maxed out at 99 attributes 5 months ago. That's not going to happen. So that's why we get the 6'8" guys, the crazy ability span. But it's not impossible to get hype for the game still, man. And especially like the fun thing about opposition is it kind of exposes how poorly the game's coded, right? Like they've nerfed spins and jukes and left sticks so hard over the years. Like the only thing we're able to do now is get tall guys to spin to beat guys in the open field. Remember we used to be able to use our left stick to like make guys run past us? Now if you use your left stick, people just click off. Such a skillless way of expressing ourselves on the Madden field. And then like, bro, why is Ant Edwards in the game? Why is Snoop Dogg the best user? That is so dumb. When you have legends of the product, of the league, not in the game, the ones that we prefer to play with. I don't want to play with Snoop Dogg. If I want to play with Snoop Dogg, I'll invite him to an online head-to-head game. It's absolutely dumb. Where is Lambert? Right? And you're like, oh, who cares about Lambert? Okay. But I'm sure there's somebody that cares about whatever franchise they're a fan of. I want Jack Ham back, man. I remember Madden 15 Jack Ham with 99 play rack. That dude was all over the field making every single goddamn tackle out there when play rack actually mattered. And then they slowly made it worse and worse over the coming seasons. Man, it was like he knew where it was going to go every time. That's how much it mattered. So I can understand like the old folks like me not liking out of position. I'm okay with it late in the year. But I really hate the guys never played at NFL. What's the point of the NFL license? Why is like Alex Highsmith never get respected, man? Top 10 edge rusher according to PFP. PFP. My profile picture. Pro Football Focus. Nah. Look at like one relevant of him over the last 3 years. It's overall just annoying as heck. So, moving on. I think one of the biggest things, and I've said this for a while, is EA employees don't grind MUT. And those that play MUT don't grind it. They just get gifted the cards. Same with their friends. Like, you can tell, like, today's golden tickets, who made them? Who in the community made today's golden tickets? You want to know who? A couple friends of EA. I didn't see, unless I'm wrong, which, you know, everybody's been wrong, myself included. These golden tickets, because I know in previous years, behind the scene people make these golden tickets, right? Eli Manning, Will Clapp, Joe Thomas. Which community members did it? Does it matter? Yeah. They're giving away it to their friends, just like they give away other cards in MUT. So therefore, the feedback cycle to the people at EA is okay because they get shit like that, and they get gifted cards because they're not grinding them out. So EA thinks everything's hunky-dory. We don't have to listen to the community and film study because the people we listen to fucking love us because we're getting gifted shit. Like, dog. This is the problem, man. Turn off the fucking faucet. So the feedback and being divorced from reality is causing major problems in the game. You see these motherfuckers in like ball pens at EA having a grand old time. Whatever. Pack odds. This is just an always thing, right? I mean, but it's gotten so bad as far as limiteds. You can tell when people aren't buying the $100 bundles that these limiteds that are kind of mid, 6 million coins still. Right? The only thing that's worth it is toppers, right? The only thing Pack Strike accomplished was making toppers more relevant because packs were bad and toppers were bad. And like, all right, we'll fix toppers. And now, you know, you put money into the game. Okay, you got good odds, but people that want to play the game, no money spent, people that have coins, your pack odds have never been worse. Your rerolls have never been worse. It's disgusting how Vegas casinos have like odds 90% to 96% of your money back when you hit the button on the slot machine, and in this slot machine, it's 50% or under. You will lose on a 270,000 roll on average half every time you press the button. And the only way of making coins is through some sort of potential arbitrage situation, but that's gone away if enough people do it, right? That's just evaporates if people understand it. And it does evaporate frequently on these things. And so overall, it just doesn't work. It's not fun. Why is there no good roles? EA needs to understand the football game is like 20% of the product you're selling in MUT. The other 80% is a menu simulator, a fucking slot machine with sets, and then people building their team like fantasy football, like GMs. That's why people play MUT. But they seem so unaware of their community. Now, I say they don't give us value or fun things to do in MUT. That excludes the house rules because that's gameplay, but it is in MUT, so that's technically part of it. And, like, don't forget, up there is still up there. But, like, there's nothing, like in FIFA, people do it to grind SBCs. Like, people have put out, like, infinite SBC methods. But, like, what's there in MUT? Our sets all suck, too, and they keep making them suckier. Remember we used to get cards back from our sets? Remember it used to be 85 cards for your sets? Now it's like 2 here, 2, 3 there, different overalls. It's changed up every time so they can't invest in it. They're literally just cruel. The solo grind still sucks. That's been a problem for years. Remember when Amari Cooper? Remember when he was in the journey? And he was like everybody's slots for like 3 months? That was awesome. Anyways, late season MUT. Some positive. A lot of problems, but that's the reason we're here making these videos, to hopefully make it better. But I feel like I'm literally punching in a dream, man. It's just I'm hitting like a pillow against Shredder or something, and I'm getting torn up like a terrible Ninja Turtle. I don't know. My mind's gone, man. That's it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Bye.